welcome to today's video. So today's video is my base routine, and by base routine I basically mean my foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer, contour, highlight, blush, all of that. So you are going to be seeing me do this look minus the brows, eyes and lips. Yeah, so if you want to see how I get my base, then keep on watching. Okay, so to start off, I have already prepped my face with my beloved Neutrogena Visibly Clear face wash, and then after that I use the like the water, the cleanser, and then the moisturizer, and these are still working fantastic on my skin. Like, I'm seriously still loving them. And then I have an eye cream. This is just a cheap eye cream, mainly water based eye cream. I really like using under eye creams now because I feel like I've just got it in time, so I've not really got any wrinkles yet, so good. Okay, I need to pin this hair back because it's hot. So to start with is foundation, obviously. I have two absolute love foundations, the foundations that I love. The first one has to be the Infallible, I still can't say that word. I love this foundation since getting this, say about a month ago. Yes, this is seriously the one I reach for every single day. But before I got this, it was another L'Oreal one, and that's the L'Oreal True Match. So if you are looking for a new foundation, either one of these I think you'll be really happy with. I don't think they're heavy foundations, are really light foundations, but they give a really nice medium coverage and can be built up to a full coverage without it looking like you have a mask on your face. Brushes that I use, you can use so many different kind of foundation brushes. The traditional foundation brush is the flat foundation brush. This is best for a really full coverage. So if you want to go, say, going on a night out and you have time to just be really precise and full coverage, this is amazing. Then you have a round top foundation brush, which is like this. It's got like a more of a domed round top. This is another fantastic foundation brush. This one blends it in so well. My fave foundation brush is the flat top foundation brush. I love the flat tops only because I really like to like push it in, and then on my like second coat, if I'm going for a really full coverage, then I will blend it in with this. But love this one. Okay, so I'm gonna get on with the foundation first, and then I'll talk about concealer afterwards. So the foundation that I'm gonna use today is gonna be the L'Oreal Infallible one. So I'll put like a pea size on my finger and just sort of dot it round all the places. Then I go in with my flat top. I'm going to use a flat top, not the other one. And I'm going to just stipple this in. By stippling, I mean like just pushing it into the skin, just like not dragging it, just really pushing it in. So I'm going to put a really small second coat on, but this time I'm going to put some on my neck as well. Just important that the neck matches the face really, so yes. Something that I've started doing recently is not putting too much foundation around my eyes, just a little bit, like what's left on the brush. Usually I would go like prop it in first thing, but if I just don't put too much down here, I find that my concealer sits better on my skin. So I'm just gonna go around the eyes with the excess on my brush, nothing crazy. Okay, so that is foundation. As you can tell with the second layer, I did move it around a little bit, but not too much. I still like this motion, this patting motion. I think it really just makes it go into your skin, because sometimes you can use some foundations, or you know, when you apply it and it can just feel like it's sat on top of your skin, and I want it to go in, and the more it like sinks in, the longer it's gonna stay on your face. So that's that. Okay, so foundation is done. Next is concealer. Obviously the concealer that I'm going to use is the concealer that I absolutely love, and that is the Maybelline Dark Circle Eraser. I love this concealer. It just works for me. I've gone through a phase now because it's summer is coming a little bit and my skin's changed colour a little bit. My freckles have all come out. So I'm mixing 3 fair and 1 light together, but a lot more of the number 3 fair. So the way I put this is straight underneath, like this, and then into the V for like this. Yes. So that's that, and then I'll go on top with a little bit of this one, light, which is so near the end now, look at that, right near the end. Right. To blend this in, there is a couple of options. I like using my finger a lot of the time, but recently I have been using this, which is a domed, I think it's called domed foundation brush, and this just fits perfectly, like just under there. So I've been really enjoying this recently. So I'm just going to use this and blend it in. Otherwise I would just use my finger and there is just no difference really. When I blend this in, I'm sort of pulling it up, so in your highlight area you're taking it onto the lid. I always take it onto the lid. It's just what I do. Push it into the the eye socket and down onto the nose and then up. And I've got like a line here, so I'll just get my foundation brush and sort of blend all of that in. Like this. So I really like this brush. I've really been enjoying using it. I used it for a long time to put on my powder under my eye, and it worked really well for that, but I'm really enjoying this as a foundation brush. And I have to say, like, I know all my brushes need cleaning again, like definitely the foundation brushes because I use them all the time. This works better, I believe, the more caked up and foundation it has on it. It just feels like the consistency of the brush just works better. The bristles just work better. So with leftover, I'll just do what I usually do with my finger, so just like bring it onto the nose, down, around the nose, yes. I like that. I think it just makes things a little bit easier using a brush for concealer. To set my foundation and concealer, I have been loving these two powders. These are the L'Oreal L'Oreal Nude Magique BB powder, that's right, and then the L'Oreal Infallible powder. I alternate between the two of these. I really like both of them for my under eye. I think I'm going to go with the Infallible today because I've got the foundation on, so yes. Okay, the way I set my under eye, I use a little brush like this. This is a Jessup large fluffy brush, but I use it to set my under eye. You can use any kind of, this is a highlighter, just any small brush. You could even use something like this, and like I said before, I used to use this. The way I like to do it is I like to really, really load up my brush, then go in with my finger, just tap out, look up and tap out any lines, keep looking up. This is a bit I find the hardest, like to keep my eyes looking up. I don't know why, I just find this really difficult. So I will just take this and then I'll just sort of put it under my eyes, on my lid. And I'm not being stingy with the powder, I'm proper loading this up. On my forehead, onto my nose, down to the sides. Just the areas that I find I lose my powder the quickest. Now I'm going to go in with a large fluffy brush to do a bit more. Straight onto here. Next is my contour and highlight and all of that bronze malarkey. The thing that I've been absolutely loving again is my BH, what is it? BH Contour and Blush palette. I have seriously fell back in love with this palette. This is what it looks like. So you have the really, really dark shade in the middle, which I've been using as my like bronzing and contouring. Now I know it looks really, really dark, but it doesn't come off this dark, but it gives my skin, it just gives my skin something. And then I've been using this white here as a highlighter, and it's been awesome. And then even one of these blushes. So I will show you this palette in action. I'll use this one now. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in with this darkest colour here and see what we do. And I'm gonna take this number 6. At the minute I'm just sort of bronzing. I'm not really doing anything too precise. I'm just bronzing in the area that I'm gonna put a sharper contour in. See what I mean? Like, this is that darkest colour, and it's just not coming off that dark. But I thought I'd just put it in on the lid, and it's just giving it a really nice something. I really like it. As you can tell, this has just really warmed up the outer portion of my face, framed my face. So at the minute I do look a bit crazy, I get that. You do look crazy when you do a contour until everything is done. But this is just a nice, simple frame to the face. Now I'm gonna go and sharpen my contour with a smaller brush. The same powder, I'm just gonna go back in. I really like it, it's so matte. It's just really a nice powder. So we'll see how this goes with the sharper contour. With a contour, the idea is you're just hollowing out your cheekbones. As I've got quite a round face, I like to do it because it does make my face look a little bit more slender. So I'm starting at the top of my ear, and I'm just gonna slowly bring that down. Nothing harsh. I don't like to do it too harsh at the minute because, you know, I've been there when I've had this and then I've had to spend an hour like blending it out. So I'm just gonna take it really slow and just work it down. I don't like to go too far down. I probably stop about here. Yeah. Under the bottom lip, this will make your bottom lip look bigger. Now I'm going to go back in with the bigger brush and sort of blend it out a bit. Next we're going to go in with the lightest shade, which is the highlight shade. Now I'm going to take this under my eyes. This will really, really brighten up my under eye. So I'm sort of redoing that triangle that we did with the concealer. So like, you know, down and up. Now down the bridge of the nose. Onto the forehead. Now onto the Cupid's bow, or whatever you want to call it, and the chin. Next I'm going to use one of these colours. I think I'm going to go with the pink one. So I'm going to go with the pink one, and I'm going to go on a Jessup powder blush brush. So this one. And because I did that highlight first, I'm now being able to put the blush over it so it makes it look more natural. Next, I go back in with a big fluffy brush and basically blend all of the contour, highlight and blush together, sort of, yeah. So this is the base makeup now, so this is where you start with this. This is the base, and now you can get creative. So I'm back, and this is the finished product. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what it's all looking like now. So yeah, it doesn't look too strong. I've just done my eyes. How amazing is this eyeshadow? This is from the BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic palette, I think it is, and I'm absolutely loving using that. So I'm like rediscovered that palette, love it. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, this is just something that I've been loving at the minute, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Yeah, so if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do, it means so much to me. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone!